Alexa, play instrumental Christmas music.
The station, Instrumental Christmas, on Amazon Music.
Alexa, turn up volume. Alexa, turn up volume. That's the loudest. Alexa, set alarm for 5 minutes.
5-minute alarm set for 2:15 p.m.
Did she say 250 or 215? 215. Okay. Let's go to say. Almost 3 o'clock already. Oh, it stinks. This Christmas. Oh, this stuff stinks. It's from the oil paint. Me rinsing out the sponges. I'm gonna get that cleaned out so I can use it to. I don't know about tonight or tomorrow for new sponges. Well, I got a couple sponges here I gotta clean too. And I think I have to make a. Ugh. People might be asking, why don't you just rinse it in the sink? Well, that'll put a lot of oils in your sink. Same reason why we don't put grease down our sink. So I just do it this way. I dump it outside in the front so my dogs don't get into it. And then I just clean it out. Roadie. Okay. So I'll have it ready for tonight. Merry, Merry Christmas. And then once in a while I'll clean it with some Dawn dish soap. Alright. I need a new mat. My dog got sick this morning, so I used the mat to clean it up. He's 110 pounds. It is a lot of grossness. Hi, Elizabeth. Does it say Sharma? I wish the words were bigger on here. Sharma, does it say? I'm doing Reborn art. or art dolls, as we call them. I'm working on Primrose's limbs. This is, make sure my hands are clean. This is Primrose right here. I was working on her yesterday. I didn't have enough time to finish her limbs. This is showing way too much. This is not her exact color because it doesn't show the exact on camera, but that's Primrose. She's for a customer, and I'm working on her limbs. For you, Elizabeth, he's doing really well. He is taking in the paint in these areas. So it's showing a bit brighter than what it actually is. It's not that light, but in here and in here, I'm just adding little bits in here of the brown. It's done well here, but I think I'm gonna have to put primer. I don't know if you see it, but this is being the most difficult. Can you see that right there? If I still have trouble with it, I can use powders, and powders will stick to anything. Oh, hang on. Alexa, cancel alarm. Oh, that her medicine alarm? No, the Alexa's not working. That's my Alexa. Her alarm's going off. I don't know. Crying out loud, I forgot those lids. Mom, Laura, I need your arm. Very good. Okay. I tried that thing I said I was going to do with Laura's hands. I rolled the hand towel up in a roll like I do with for their heads. Except I put it straight, and I just put her wrists on it here, so her hands stay up like this, so they don't get crunched. Because it worked on Pickle, so we'll see how it works out with her. So anyway, I'm gonna do some work on his face tonight. So I did some yellow on there. That's what kind of brightened it a little bit. But I want to fill it in a little bit more, and then I'll do the yellow again. That's how I'm dealing with Pickle right now. All right. So his legs are in the oven now. And, well, they're done. they're cooling down now. So I'll have them all ready to go tonight. And Laura's arms are in the other oven right now. And I'm supposed to get that special plug tonight to make it safer to run the ovens on an extension, because my extension cord is too long and can cause a risk of damage to the oven or damage to the wiring because it pulls in more amps. So I ordered that cord. I specifically looked up extension cord for new wave ovens, and it showed an extension cord for like new wave ovens, air fryers, and all that. They prefer that you don't, but if you have to, it's just a safer way of doing it, because it has to have the power supply that can handle the ovens. So, but if you were cooking for long periods of time, like, if you were cooking a meal or something like that, and you're running the ovens for like a half an hour or something like that, you probably are better off to plug it in. But when you're cooking babies, no, I shouldn't say babies, that sounds bad. When you're cooking reborn dolls, you have to have your ovens near the window. So, to make it safer, and have no plugs near the window. So that's why I have to do it where I'm doing it. But I don't bake a lot. Like, you know how people bake back to back, back to back? I don't bake like that. I only bake twice a day. That's it. To keep from too much fumes. So smoking is actually worse for you than what I'm doing. I can't believe my Alexa can hear me upstairs, because I'm like, this sucks, because of the timer. And I can never hear the ovens beep. I don't know why that is. Maybe they're beeping too low, or sometimes they don't even beep. So I never know when they're done, so I can start the next oven. And then there's just such a long delay between the two, because when I was baking outside, I would start the one oven, and when it was done, I go out and start the other one right away. But because I'm baking inside, I have to wait 30 minutes apart to go back in there. So it was just a pain, because my phone is a pain to use a timer, and they want me to press stuff on it and all that. So with Alexa, I don't even have to touch it. All I have to do is say, Alexa, set timer for so-and-so. And she'll set it for me. And it's just been so much easier using Alexa. And the music too. YouTube, I'm searching for whatever music I want to put on, and that YouTube will allow. And all I have to do is say, Alexa, play instrumental Christmas music. Bada bing, bada boom. She does it right away for me. I don't go search nothing. So, but she's upstairs in my, it sounds like I'm talking about a person. She's up in my bedroom, nursery, which is just up the stairs from where I am right now. And so I just talk louder, and I'm like, Alexa, set alarm for 5 minutes. And it worked. I couldn't believe she picked up my voice. I was like, yes, because I don't want to move it up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm eventually going to get a Google one. And so I don't have to pay for two different, because I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't have ads. And I get a free YouTube streaming music with it. And we have a family plan, so me, my mom, and sister are on it. But in order to run, YouTube Music doesn't work on Alexa. You have to get a Google Nest speaker, and you can run Google Music through there, YouTube Music through there. So that's my plan. And then I'll bring Alexa down here. Because I like to listen to certain music when I'm sleeping. I have to have on like spa music, or like I have to have and she'll play it all night long. So it's the only way I can sleep. I don't like pure quietness. It freaks me out. And then I start thinking, I have OCD, right? So then I'll start thinking of all the stuff I got to worry about, get done, and all that. So the music kind of relaxes my brain cells. uh, but anyway, I'm drinking my vitamin water out of here now. This is my cow cup. See, just a girl who loves Highland cows. Yes, I do. Thank you, Tamu, for my cup. And it's perfect because it's 500. You have to measure the water ratio to the powder here. And this is a natural hydration drink. It's got vitamins in it and green tea. And it's got 75 milligrams of natural caffeine, no drug, all natural. So it helps with my fatigue disorder. So this cup is exactly 500 mils to the line. It's perfect. Now I don't have to freaking take the lid off, put the freaking lid back on my jar that I was using. I love this cup. And I get to look at a pretty cow. And I got this off of Temu for my jar. It's just the sticker. This is where I keep my sand in. Well, it's not sand, it's glass, but it's very small. Isn't that cute? So I put the sticker on there. Isn't it adorable? I got that sticker for like $1 something. It's a big sticker too. I was actually talking about yesterday, like right now, I have like a Winnie the Pooh kind of theme. But I was telling a friend of mine that I want to do like a country thing, like a farm theme kind of speak. But Winnie the Pooh, I can still keep some Winnie the Pooh stuff in it because Winnie the Pooh lives in the country. So I can kind of work them in there. But I want to get like Highland cow stuff, John Deere, stickers and like John Deere decorations. I want it to be like a farm theme because I love the farm life. Let's face it, the nursery's for me. It's not for the babies. Yeah. So, yeah, I wanted to tell you this too. I forgot. I was going to tell you this yesterday, Elizabeth, but I know that you've been under the weather. So I wanted to tell you today. When they were telling you to fill up to the knee, when you're using the bigger beads, you would fill up to the knee. But when you're using the beads I just showed you that are so small that it's like sand, you only fill it to the foot because the bigger beads are going to take up more space. So they're not going to be weighted enough just in the foot. But because that is so small that it feels like sand, it's heavier when you fill it up. So, because you can get way more inside, right? So with the bigger beads, yes, I would fill it up to the knee. I do not use the bigger beads for the inside of the limbs. I find it more cost effective to buy the sand. It'll last a long time. I bought that sand. I don't know. Well, it's sandblasted glass. I bought that, and it is circular, so it can't hurt your reborns. I think I bought that 3 years ago, almost 4. I think I was an artist for a year when I bought it. I still got lots in there. It's not. It's more of a pain. Where do I order them? Well, in Canada, I get them from Princess Auto. So if you look into a big auto company, like Princess Auto, I don't know if you guys have that in the United States, but just look. You could try looking up on Google, sand blasted glass, and they should show up. Like it's going to be some big hardware place. So in Canada, it's Princess Auto, and it's a huge, like 50 pounds of it. I get 50 pounds. Do you know I get 50 pounds of sanded glass beads, because they are circular, but they're microscopic size. So very, very tiny. I get a big bag of 50 pounds of it. Is it 50 pounds? Yeah. I think it's 50 pounds. 50 pounds for like $50. And you're going to pay 5 pounds for the bigger beads. In Canada, anyway, it's about $45 in Canada. These are Canada prices, not United States. So it'd be cheaper for you. The bigger beads are better to use inside the body, though, because unless you're going to make like like pouches, or you're going to use a fabric that the sand is not going to bleed through, because it does bleed through nylon. But what I do is I wrap the nylon more than once, probably about 5 times, and that breaks down on the bleeding. But if you have like a customer that likes to pat the bum a lot, it's gonna, every time they do it, it's gonna push the beads through, and eventually they'll come through the other side. So now that I'm doing heat set, my future babies, I'm going to get the bigger beads for the inside, and I'm sticking with the sand for the inside of the limbs. But for the inside of the body, I want to get the bigger ones because it's less of a hassle to make all those pouches and, all that kind of stuff. You can also use it for inside the head, the sanded one, because you could put it in a glove and it won't leak out of a glove. I've seen people use gloves inside of the body. I personally don't like that for my own reborns, so I wouldn't do that to a customer. But in the head, it doesn't matter for the head. So for the head, I put poly in there first, and then I put the weighted glove in, and then I put more poly in. So it's kind of in between. So I got mine from Princess Auto, but I'm sure there's a place in the United States that sells it. It's a lot harder to get things in Canada. Like, for instance, my dog Noah, he's having some allergy problems. So I had to put a cone on his head because he keeps licking and licking and licking. So I bought this stuff called Burt Bees, and it does help him to an extent. But I heard like baking soda is really good for itchiness. So the Amazon in United States, but not Canada, sells a Arm & Hammer baking soda spray for dogs and cats for relief, itch relief. So but the shipping costs me more than the actual product, but they don't sell it over here and I really want to try it. So I ordered that for Noah. But you see what I mean? Like, we don't have access. Like, it's on Amazon, yet they don't sell it on my Amazon. It's just stupid, because I could see if they couldn't ship it over here. But it does say it will ship here, because it only shows me products that will ship here. It won't show me products that won't. Because Canada is very picky of what can come over the border. They're very, very, America's a little more relaxed that way, but United States or Canada is very strict on the products they sell here. So, but some stuff they will allow over the border and some stuff they won't. So, like baby walkers, those things that babies go in, it's got wheels on it and the baby can walk around in it. Those are not allowed here. If you bought one in the United States and you brought it over the border, they'll confiscate it. They won't let you bring it in. Yeah, so people are starting to add wheels. I found one that someone was throwing out just for pictures of the reborns, and they attached wheels to it. The guy would probably, build stuff, and he built wheels onto it. But yeah, that is not allowed in Canada. But anyway. Hi, Kai. My eczema is really starting to drive me nuts. No wonder Noah's so itchy. Poor guy's got a cone on his head. Exactly. Stupid people ruin it for smart people. Unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. Okay. Now, getting the prim. It's looking good. I'm really happy with how she's coming out so far. She still has to be baked, but yeah, I really like. It's a really nice pattern that she has going on here. That's like a stipple, and it's good for like the newborns, or if you want to do like a flushy look, like flush in the cheeks or something like that. It's good for that. Um, but that's more common in newborns. But yeah, I think I really like it. Okay, so I put your limbs over here. Oops, sorry guys, I didn't mean to scare you. Are you guys relaxing? I had to move her limbs because of you guys. Because you're in my crib. There's some legs. There's some legs. Oh. Oh, crap. I mean, poop. Oh. I put... No wonder there was extra room in there. I put Primrose's arms in the oven instead of Laura. Oh. Dang it. Because I had... whatever limbs up there? That doesn't even make sense, though. Because Laura's hanging up. I must have just saw limbs there. Assume they were Laura's. Oh, my God. Okay. So, we won't be doing Primrose then until tomorrow. Oh, I gotta go out tomorrow. This weekend sometime, whatever. You can't believe I did that. I'm so stupid. It's been a crazy today so far. It's just been ridiculous. My brain is not functioning right. But her head's done. I'm just worried if I did her legs, I might forget. Well, I probably wouldn't because they would. But then I would have to waste brushes and all that for just her legs. So here, Gemma, we're going to leave her legs on you until they go upstairs. It's because I took the limbs out of the crib because Daisy and Noah are in there right now. Special me. All right. So I guess we're working on Oaklynn then. I found the sponges. They were in the crib. I found them under her jacket, under Gemma's jacket. So I did find them. So tomorrow I'm going to go look for Christmas pajamas for her at the consignment store because I would have got some on AliExpress, but December's an expensive month. So if I can get her for $5, I'd rather do that. Well, I guess I didn't need all of them. Oof. So I've already started rooting Primrose last night. I've already got a section done. Man, that HP Locks is a dream to root. I wish every hair rooted so easily like that. Oh, I love rooting it. It roots so easily. It just looks funny right now because the way that it hangs, because I haven't styled it. And I actually did it thinner than, what's his face? Max. I was like, yay me, I did it. Because this hair is hard to see when you first start rooting it because it's like a copper color almost. It's hard to see how much hair you have. So it looks like there's nothing even there. But as you get going, so I did this last night. So it's kind of hard to style her hair right now because I want to wait till it builds up so I don't screw it up. But anyway, the swirl is around here, so until the rest of her hair is done, it's going to be hard to, you know what I mean, style it. Because I got to fill in around the swirl, but it goes something like that. But when she sits, it hangs like this. But when her hair gets cut, you know, it'll all come down nicely. But it just looks so funny. I did cut here, though, because it hangs down. So I just cut that, and Kai likes me to save it. This is her savings. See, all the hair I save for her? She can use this for eyelashes, eyebrows, or just to add in to areas where the hair is already cut to fill in some areas. Good for... Because this hair is like gold. It's really expensive. So, yep. So that's what I do. So this took me like, I think, an hour to do this last night. Yep. So it's going really well. Right, Primmy? So you can see that sometimes this will fade right here. So all I do is I take, well, as long as I have it over here, I can show you. Yep. So all you do is you take, I want to make sure I put this in right. Okay. So you just take the marker. It's faint, so I can still see it. And I just keep refilling it in. It's because it soaks into the vinyl. I wear gloves when I root. If I didn't, this wouldn't stay on at all. This is kind of just my guide here. The direction. Oops, this is supposed to be going that way. The direction that I want it to go. I think I need a new marker too, though. You know how many babies I've rooted with this marker? It still works though. So I just fill it in like that. Last night I had to do that because I was like, where's the swirl? It's gone. And then we just... Sorry, I was off camera there. Like this. So I could see it better. I do change. Sometimes if I see like, oh, wait, that doesn't look right as I'm rooting, I will change it. I've done that many times before. Because once you start to get used to the way the hair should fall and stuff like that, you kind of come up with your own. Like, when I mapped her hair, I was following a mapping because I was having trouble figuring out the swirl and how to direct it from the swirl. Because I'm new to swirls, but... So I was looking at another mapping picture, mostly for the side part, but I was going by the prototype picture, the way the hair falls. It gives you an idea of, okay, the hair is going this way, so the mapping has to be that way. So when I learn painting hair, and I really want to learn that, when I learn painting hair, I will be mapping the head first, so I know the direction that I want the hair to go. I'm waiting until I have more time. Because I want to take a class on it. So Ellen has a class for it using Prisma pencils. I heard Prisma pencils is the most realistic, but I've seen some really nice painted ones. So I don't know how it's going to go. This actually should be going this way. See what I just did? How I changed it? Did you see how I just did that? I'm like, wait, why is that? Sorry, but your kids get my DNA on them. I just licked my finger to move it. Don't worry. Their hair is nice and they get all that conditioner and it cleans it out. Just dissolves and goes away. I wouldn't do that if I was sick though. I don't root them if I'm like contagious. I know someone who was reborning while they had COVID. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? Don't touch the dolls when you have COVID. You're supposed to be resting. See, so I'm moving this direction over here. But yeah, that's what I'll kind of do if I'm be like, what's going on here? Why is that coming out? Why is that coming out like that? So yeah, and this one here. So she's got like a little sideburn here and then it comes down this way. But it's not a lot of hair there. And I will be adding, and I'm definitely not cutting her hair until I look at the prototype because I made that mistake with Max. But there is going to be hair here, but I didn't map it because I knew I would do it too much. It's just supposed to be little bits of hair, like not much. Less hair than this. So it's just in the picture, she just has like little bits. So that's what that's why I didn't map it. So I figured, I'll do this first, then I'll cut her hair, and then I'll go back and just add those little bits in there. But yeah, I'm actually glad I pulled her out because I don't have to fade any more than it does. I do check it on a daily basis. It just does that. It soaks into, like, she's got like a powdery topper too. So I think that medium just soaks it up too. Because I found that it fades more on the powder top than it does on the just matte. Hello, Noella. Yeah, I started off with a very basic rooting map. And then I kind of moved up a little more and a little more. But I'm still not at the advanced. I've seen classes on YouTube on how they do the mapping. But they do it so fast. And you can't always see their arm when their arm blocks it. It's not their fault. It's just... it's kind of hard to do your work and get it all on camera the way you're doing it. So, it's just really hard for me to follow it because, but I'm going to see, I'm not sure if Sue Ellen has a hair mapping class or not. I should ask the group, but I have grown a lot since my rooting though. I used to do basic rooting. Now I've done about 3 swirls and then you work your way up, but I'm not at a prototype type of hair level yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but at least it's decent and it, looks like baby hair. I have never had a complaint from a customer anyway. That I've been informed about. Okay. So we needed, what was that color that we needed for, it was a yellow, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was yellow. I've got to get my book out anyway because I got to write. So primrose. I'll write. Okay, where is it? Look at my new Highland Cow pens. I'm going to write with my Highland Cow pen. There we go. Let's see how it works. Oops. Oh, it had a tip on it. I didn't even notice. It had a cap on it. A little tiny cap. Okay. Ooh, very nice. I wish I had these when I was in school. Well, I kind of am in school. I take classes online. So I'm in homeschooling. Okay, so we're going to write red stippling, and I'll be able to tell that her arms and legs are not done yet. I cannot believe I put her... It's not going to hurt her. It's just... she's not available when I need her. So, I thought there was extra room in there for Laura's arms. Okay, so Pickle, we did yellow details, brown shading. I don't actually put corrections. I don't write corrections down or it's going to take up way too much paper. I just go along as I see it. And I don't write every little detail I do, just the main details. Laura, she had another purple texture. That's the one I was supposed to bake. So work on her this weekend. Purple texture. Yeah. Joanne, red stipple. Oh. Beginning. See, I do this so I know. Beginning details. So Joanne's at 15 layers right now. She would have been, if she was air dry, she'd be at 20 layers right now. That one's not coming back till next year. Laura, Pickle, Lulu, probably not till next year. Now, I want to let you guys know that if I do, this is all the Exodus I have left. So, and I can't afford to order more this season because that's in Canada. Well, it's 30 American on the website. It's like $26.99 when it comes to like 30 American. So then I had to pay the extra for the exchange. And then I have to pay like $17 Canadian shipping. So when I order that, it's like $50. So that's why I can't order it right now. But if I have to, temporarily, I can get Mona Lisa thinner. It's not expensive. I used it for silicone. It didn't bother me. I just don't like baking paint thinner. That's, it's not so much using it, but it's more baking it that I don't like. But my mom said if I have to finish customers' babies. But I do still have quite a bit of liquid thin right here. So it may not come to that. It may wind up me having to do one layer at a time again, but most of the babies are near the end anyway, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm really glad I did take Landon out of the line so I can work on the customers and the ones that I'm selling, which is Oaklynn and Willow. But I have decided that if I get Landon, if I have enough to get Landon done, then I'm going to sell Landon because financially I really need the funds. Yeah, it's my sister's dogs kind of set us back on finances and the puppy and all that kind of stuff. So, and I want to get Sana, right? So that's going to set me back even more financially. So, and I'm getting my sister Saskia. So those are extra finances right there. So I can always get another one when Bountiful Baby decides to updo the stock. Or I may choose to have a different one. I don't know. Someone might sculpt a different one that I might prefer. You guys know I'm picky who's in my nursery. So I just want to let you guys know if I get Landon done, he will go up for sale. Easton, Oaklynn. So Oaklynn was red texture. Yep. So we're doing yellow. So that's the latest updates. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm really sick of there barely being any interaction on my Facebook page. There was when all that drama was going on last year. Oh yeah, many people came in then. But I posted pictures of Max, like they weren't his premiere pictures because, again, no sun today. But they were just pictures that I sent to you guys in the chat group, and nobody said nothing. Nobody. And I usually get the 3 that always comment, and nobody said anything. It just ticked me off. And I take the time to sign out of my account, sign into that account, post pictures, post videos, update them on stuff. And it's like, I feel like I'm starting to feel like it's mostly robotic accounts in there. And I hate that. That's why I don't, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get away from TikTok more for this, because it's harder to do that with YouTube. And, but Facebook, there seems to be so many fake accounts all the time, copying other people and all that garbage. So this is what I've decided to do. Some of you may already be in the group from when all that drama was going on, because I went into to hiding because I was not doing very well mentally because of the stress. So I started a group. I think it was more of a group chat, but I'm going to be moving my Facebook page into a private group on Facebook. Okay. So instead of me posting on my Facebook page, I'm going to post in a Facebook group. That's my work. And they, I'm going to be really strict about it. They won't be, able to join, like it's a private group, and they will have to answer questions in order to enter the group, so that I know that they know what a reborn is. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect people to comment on every single post I do, but when I have over 700 people and not one comments, I mean, and lately it's only been 1 or 2. I'm like, I'm just getting tired of the inactivity. It's a waste of my time. You know what I'm saying? But there are other people who don't like commenting on Facebook because they don't want their name to appear and all that. They might be more private about it or whatever it is. So, and I'm also worried about scammers stealing my picture, stealing my name, and you know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to move it all to a private group. So that's the other update that I'm working on right now. Those I already know. I will move you into the group. Because I know you know what reborns are. So my customers will automatically be put into the group. Okay, so don't worry about that. But yeah, it's just all the hocus pocus. But I was really sad about that. You know, he was completed, and I even have friends in that group, people I personally know. So that was really upsetting for me. But I get tons of love for him everywhere else. You know, it's just like, it's just a waste of my time. You know what I'm saying? To take the time to do that when there's no interaction over there. But anyway, could be working on that too. All right. Okay, I can't use these. I'm so like, sometimes when I see these scissors, I'm determined to grab them and use them to cut this, but I don't want to because these were not cheap and they're for hair. So I don't want to ruin the sharpness on them because they cut hair so nicely. I use them too when I cut the ends when I'm rooting, and it cuts it so straight, really nice. So here we go. These are the scissors these were originally grooming scissors, but they're not as good anymore for cutting hair. So I clean them up and I use them for this kind of stuff. Why throw them out? They still cut. I just had to clean them up with alcohol. because they were used on dogs' feet and stuff like that. But don't worry, they were disinfected. These are really good, actually, scissors, but they sell them in a 2-pack, but the price has soared. It is quiet in this room right now. What's everyone doing? Kai, are you working on your project at the same time? Well, I know Elizabeth doesn't feel that well, so... Just making sure you guys are hearing me. Oh, shoot, I forgot. I was supposed to fill the fish tank before I started working. I'll have my sister do it, but I'll have to be right there so she doesn't... Because I don't like to touch the fish tank the same day that I work. I'm just paranoid. But I need to add more because my house is so dry. Okay. So I'm going to be busy tomorrow. I got to get my x-ray done on my arm and pick up groceries. And then I'll be on during the day. On Saturday, I'll be doing the afternoon live. But I won't be doing an evening live because I'm taking my sister to go see Wicked. It's a new movie. She's so antsy about what they're going to do to Elphaba. And I said to her, well, she's doing bad things. They have to melt her. Okay, just checking. I'm going to make my little baby ones and get around those difficult areas. But do you like my pens? Aren't they so cute? I got 2 of them. 2 different ones. See, they don't tell you which one you're going to get. There's like 4 different kinds and it says random. So I didn't know which ones I got. I didn't care. It's a Highland cow. I want it. Did you, Elizabeth, did you see my message, what I said about the pop? I don't want to say it on my live. That's why I'm asking you. Okay, I know I'm public, but I'm not that public. I want to gross people out. Yeah, me too. The first one was, and I didn't even think that one was going to be. I'm not bringing any babies with me, though, because it's a long movie, and, you know, it doesn't look good to bring a younger baby in, and I'm not holding Gemma for over 2 hours. She's too heavy. When Kai and I went to the show, she had her own seat. Remember that, Kai? I got lucky that day because she had her own seat. So it's going to just be... And I don't want to bring Sophia because she's younger and it's loud in a theater and it doesn't look good. And we're going to be in D-box seats. So if I brought when I brought Sophia to the last Wicked movie, I had to turn the chair down because it was bouncing her too much. And I'm like, this looks really bad for shaking syndrome. So I want the full experience with the D-box chair. So the babies are staying home. Oh, I'm gonna need water because I'm starting a new spot. Oh, I don't need to get water. I just need to squeeze it in here. Good. Oh, you guys know what I did? I can't believe I did this. Yeah, I know, right? And then we had those ignorant people beside us. Um, but anyway, was I just gonna? Oh yeah. Oh, I made a big oopsie doopsie today. I didn't have a kit in it yet, but I was preheating one of the ovens, and I forgot to take the pillows out of the window. And when I went in there, it wasn't too bad, but as I went behind the curtain, oh, it smells so bad, and I was getting a little lightheaded, and I had on the mask and everything. But that could be my vertigo though, because I have vertigo going on too. But I went in there and I was like, grab the pillows right out of the oven, and then it went out right out the window because I couldn't smell it anymore. I'm like, oh, I cannot do that again. I was really surprised that I forgot to do. It'll be so much easier when my brother comes because the window thing's broken. Well, my brother's coming in December, and he said he's going to build like a cupboard door for it that's waterproof, so that I don't have to keep putting pillows because the window's broken. But now that I have to have my landlord come up here in a couple weeks to deal with the washer machine plug, he may or may not find out. I'd rather not tell him. But you know what? If he finds out, I don't even care. Because that window is from like 1970. And it's completely rusted. And the pane was super, super thin. I have drinking glasses thicker than that window was. So I'm not worried about it. I'm like, well, because he didn't want us using the window. Because of the frame was so old. Well, there should be ventilation down here. So when I was working on silicone back there, I was always like feeling a little, and I actually wound up getting mild acetone poisoning because there was no ventilation in that room. And so I had to go outside and do it. But if I want to do silicone in the wintertime, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Can't work outside. So I need that window. And he'll just be told that I need the window for ventilation down here. I'm doing artwork down here and I need ventilation. And what if there was a fire? How am I supposed to get the fire out the window, vent out the fire if I can't open a freaking window? Oh, I can bust it then? Well, gee, thanks. My basement windows are from the 19... Oh, wow. Really? You win. Yeah, but the frame is... Are they rusted in your basement? This frame is like completely rusted. Like... But it fell out of the window when I wasn't home. Cheapers. And it's steel. It's like solid steel. Paper towel. Sorry, no, I'm should just get right to work and shut up. I got a lot of stuff in my mind. It helps me. I'm able to talk it out. See, you get a little bit of... That's why I rinse them out. You see, like, there's a little... It's not pulling up. There's a tiny bit of, like, dust. And... Yeah, it's like dust. Because factory dust. That's why I do that. Oh, I forgot about the little guy. Right here. Kai, if you didn't have a job in school, I think you would be doing... You probably could finish like 3 Reborns a month. The speed that you work. If not more. Probably more. I'm not a fast worker, but I'm a good worker. It's because of my fatigue. I was a faster worker when I was younger, but because of my fatigue level. Well, actually, Kai, heat set takes longer than air dry because of the baking. It takes a lot longer. And it requires more blending than air dry does because air dry dries right away, so you kind of know what you're going to get right away. But with heat set, it stays wet longer, so you have to really make sure that it's blended. So air dry is actually the fastest, and you don't have to wait for. Remember when I was doing air dry, when I was doing modeling, I was doing all the modeling in the same day. But I can't do that because I have to wait for it to dry before I can do the second layer. So heat set is actually more time consuming. No, you don't. Not for every layer. Only like every, I don't know, like. They cure overnight, but when you get to like 9 layers, yeah, you should give them a couple days. But not for every layer you do. And it doesn't have to be like, they'll cure overnight while you're in bed. You know what I mean? But once you get to 9 layers, you should give them a couple days. And then, it's still faster than heat set. Heat set, it's way more time consuming. Did you know in air dry, I can have a newborn done in a month? In a month. I will get probably a little faster at heat set when I'm more comfortable with it. I am extra cautious because I'm new to it, to heat set. So I am being extra cautious right now. But as I get, the hang of it and know exactly and everything, then I'll tend to feel more comfortable to move a little faster. But also the reason why it's taking me this long, because when I was using liquid thin, I was doing 1 layer at a time, then bake, layer at a time, then bake. And then there were days where it was raining, I couldn't bake. And then we had days that it was 90 degrees and up and I couldn't bake. So, but now that I'm baking in the house, like it's been raining for the last 2 days. So if it was outside weather, I wouldn't have been able to bake for 2 days. You see what I mean? So baking in the house is helping me, but I am taking extra caution though right now because it's all new. Just gonna do some more. And a lot of people, heat set artists has told me that some of them left heat set because they felt that air dry was more convenient. It was faster. It was, you know what I mean? And they liked the fact that they didn't have to wait for them to dry. They liked the fact that they didn't have to run an oven and all that. So that's why there are a lot of people that switched over to air dry. And you see, I do make beautiful air dry babies. It's not that. It's just that it's hard on my body to move really, really fast. It's just really, really hard on me. So I find heat set better for me. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do air dry for like a long period of time, especially as I get older than I am right now. And I would not have been able to do air dry with with my shoulder injury. I wouldn't have been able to move that fast. So heat set, it just depends on the person, you know what I mean? Everybody's different what they like and what they want, but air dry is the fastest. Oaklynn, oh, your head's right there. It's like, where's Oaklynn? I moved her head so I could put Prim up there last night. Someone is looking for an artist to make Primrose for what was it, 1,000 and, or I think it was about 1,200 or something American. She's willing to pay. That's how much she wants Primrose. Too bad I don't have enough product. Or I would have made her my Primrose. Or, well, I would have to talk to her first, see how picky she is and all that kind of, have her look at my work and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Primrose is worth more money because she's sold out. I'll be doing mine in the spring. And selling her. I actually am more of a fan of Queen Bee than I am Primrose. I do think Primrose is really cute and everything, but she looks a lot like my little Prim. And I don't like to have reborns that look a lot alike. So I was trying to find what I did. Oh, here they are. I wanted to see the blue in here because the paint that I'm the lowest on, I checked earlier today, is the blue. I'm glad it's not the red because I'm not a big fan of the red in here. But I've never tried it before either. But it's got two different blues in there. So it does, this blue matches the HP the most. So I will be fine. The reason why I'm low on blue was trying to make brown. That, because I went through so much blue because I made two different brown mixes. Because the first one I screwed up, so I lost a lot of blue because of that. But that's why when I buy more paint, I want to buy brown. I don't want to make it. I just want to buy it. Like a primary brown. But anyway, the blue here looks good. And there's two of them. I like, this one is the closest to primary. So it's not a big deal if I run out of blue because I can use the Winston and Winsor & Newton. I always called it Winston. So thank you very much, Elizabeth. You saved my life by getting me to buy this. I wouldn't even have known if she didn't tell me about it because I didn't think Michaels would have anything I could actually use. Sorry, guys. I know I'm working even slower today. It's just, I got a lot on my mind today. It's been a crazy... I got a lot of stuff I got to do tomorrow. But I'm still going to leave, just so you guys know, I'm still going to leave the Facebook page up. I'm not deleting it because... all my history is on there from the beginning I started. It's all on there. So I don't want to delete it because then, you know. But it will say on it, lives are now, you know, check out my work. You can see me live on YouTube, you know, such and such a time. Because I've been sharing the lives on there. And no one has liked it. No one has commented on me sharing the lives. And a lot of them used to ask me to switch from TikTok to YouTube. A lot of them did. So I'm thinking that there's just a lot of inactive members and stuff now. Or they're just like not always seeing the posts or something like that. So I would just rather like do updates in a group where people I know want to see it. But I'm going to be mostly using YouTube more than anything. But the videos and everything, like updated pictures, updated videos, will still be on TikTok. Just in case you're wondering. Okay. Alrighty then. I think I was hanging out with a kiddo last night. 2 kids. One had to go to bed. But the way they were talking, they sounded younger. They were nice. I'm just saying, I thought it was cute. I love kids, but I don't follow kids unless it's the parent running the channel, because you have to be careful because of whack jobs out in the world. You have to protect yourself too. I don't mind if they're watching. It doesn't bother me. I'm gonna put my visors on. But I used to have kids always ask me to follow them, and I would have to sadly tell them that, that under 18, that I can't follow you. And they would be sad, and I would feel bad, but I would tell them, well, you got to be safe. You shouldn't have adults on your TikTok. But I tell them, you can watch my channel. You can talk to me on the live. But, because one said to me, she said she had 2 reborns, and when she grows up, she wants more of them. So that's kind of how I figured it out. Because, some people could just be special needs, that could just sound like kids. But when she said, when I grow up, and I had one kid get mad at me when I was showing Max, when I was putting Max together. Oh, I got to turn this a little bit. Maybe oh, that's true. Yeah, because of COVID. They were more active then. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. I forgot how we were all at home and bored. But what was I saying? Yeah, so this kid got mad at me when I was showing Max, and they said, how much well, one person asked me, I want to get one for my child. How much for my child? And I said, well, I don't make reborns for children under 12. Because that's what the age is on Bradford Exchange, because of the parts inside of the doll for safety reasons. So that's why I said I don't sell them to children under 12. Or make them for children under 12. I don't sell to children. And so this kid said, you suck. So this one lady said, she doesn't suck. It's her choice. She said, I buy reborns for my child who's 8, and that's my choice. And I told her, yes, I totally agree with that. Uh, People who know me, okay, who personally know that I do not just sell my reborns to anybody. I'm I'm not all about, ooh, I want the money, so I'll just sell it to anybody. No. I'm not like I'm not that kind of an artist. I am a business, but I'm not business minded kind of person. Sometimes like I'll go to Kai and be like, Kai, in a business sense, what do you think about this? Because I'm just not good at that kind of stuff. Because I'm not in it for that reason, right? Um, so I need someone who's, has a different, can give me a different view, a different side. So anyway, I need to know where they're going. I want my reborns to be used for people, um, where they're going to be loved and they're going to be respected and cherished, and you know what I mean? But I mean, they're buying them. So what they do with the reborn is their business because they paid for it. I can't tell them, you know, you can't. So someone could say it's for them, yet give it to a child. And I can't get upset about it. I can't, because they paid for it. There's nothing that I can do about it. But if I know ahead of time, you know, um, I would just, prefer not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, I'm not going to really be doing customs for the public. I actually stopped doing it because of something that I went through um, last year, and it's because of my health problems. It does take me a while to finish babies, and I feel bad when people are waiting on me. I feel bad about that. Um, it also causes me a lot of stress, which is really not good for my health. So I'm just very particular of who I'm going to make them for now. But I will still be selling them, making them and selling them. I just, as for custom reasons, I'm only doing it for people that I know and that they know that I'm slower and I take longer because of my health issues and stuff. And I'm also a caregiver for my sister, so things come up, and I have my dogs and I have other responsibilities, and you know what I'm saying? So, but for people that I feel that that they don't mind, as long as they get the best of my ability, and I keep them updated, they don't give me a hard time. So those are the ones that I will make babies for. But yeah. And it will also say in my contract that um you know that it will, like, I cannot give a specific date when they will be done due to health problems. You know what I mean? Especially the rooting, because I have to wear the visors. I have to be able to wear them. Um, but I'm not doing pickle the way that I did. Um, well, first of all, pickle's human hair, so I'm not worried about that. Um, Human hair is thicker, so it just takes a little more effort than HP Lux. But I did Allura too thick and without realizing it, because you have to take an accountability um, when you're rooting hair. You have to think about the thickness of the hair as well, not just how far apart should I root this. Like, I want thin hair. So if you have really thick hair, you got to root it like thin hair. And I did that, but I was getting complaints about it. So, and I tried to explain, well, it's going to be a lot thicker by the time our whole head is done, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to hear it. So that's why it was taking forever. And because it was fiber hair, I had to mono root it, which is one hair at a time. Human hair, you can you don't have to mono root human hair. Usually my needles will pick up. Sometimes it'll pick up one hair, sometimes it'll pick up two, and sometimes three, depending what needles. But that's because all I had was pink needles, and the blue needles would not work with fiber hair. That's the kind of hair I was using. It would not work with it at all. So I had to use the pink needles because they're bigger. It's weird though, right? That the pink needles are bigger when they're only 3 curbs, which means grabs up to 3 hairs at a time. Isn't that weird that the one that has 6 curbs isn't a bigger needle? Because you're adding more hair with 6 curbs. So shouldn't that needle be bigger when you're adding more hair? It's just, I don't know why they created it that way. It's weird. But anyway, for pickle, I bought, well, I couldn't get pink needles anyway, but I bought the blue needles. So the blue needles will work on human hair, and it's got 6 curbs on it. So that'll go even much better with him than it did with Laura. But I couldn't get my blue needles to work for Laura. And an artist told me, buy the pink ones. They will work. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's why that also took forever. And then once, when I do start rooting Pickle, he'll be on weekends. But when I get to, when, what's her face is done, Quinn B, when Quinn B is done, then I can alternate yours and Terry's. So I can do one of them in the morning and the other one in the evening. Because Terry's got 2 babies anyway. So, and she also said to me, don't worry about it. Just focus on your customers that are waiting, because I can wait. That's what she said to me. So, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to alternate. Which means I'm going to get another neck pillow, so I don't have to keep swapping the heads off the table, off the pillow. Because then one hair gets on, like one baby is going to be made out of one hair, and the other one's going to be made out of a different hair, and you know what I mean? So I'd rather have 2 separate. So I'm organized. You guys know me. I can get confused. Like when I baked Prim's arms instead of Laura. I'm special. Hello, Haley. SXB, hello. But yeah, it won't take me long to get Quinn B done because I'm doing like a very newborn hair. So that's what I tried to do on Max, but it didn't. I didn't space it out right. So I was really watching it last night, like trying really hard for it not to grab. So I'm doing it right at the ends because I have a better chance of it, I noticed, right at the tips, not grabbing too much hair. I was a little afraid it would take me too long, but it didn't because it's HP locks. It's grabbing it. It grabbed every hair I did. And it was grabbing not on the same prong, but it was putting in 3 hairs at a time, but single from each other. So it was helping me do the other areas of the head on its own. You know? And I was like, sweet. Thanks for the extra help. Oops, I just bunked her on the thing. Oh, Kai, I had a fright last night. I had a big fright. I was panicking. Oh my God. I thought I hurt your baby last night. I was freaking out because I don't even know how the frig she slipped out of my hand, but I was holding her like this and I was having so many problems last night. I knocked over my water bottle like twice. Then things were falling off my recliner chair that I had sitting on the side. I mean, I was ready to cry. And then I would finally get myself together in the recliner in the position I needed to be in order to work. And then I would realize, oh, I forgot the scissors. So then I have to get the scissors. And then I forgot her head. So I had to go back to the table and grab her head. And so when I had her head, I tripped over something and her head fell out of my hand. And she fell like the top of her head hit the ground, but it's cement floor down here, so I freak out more down here. It didn't ruin her paint, so I was like, oh my God, thank you. Because even though I'm rooting her, I'm doing her with thin hair, so that would be noticeable. So anyway, I saw this like push mark like this up on here. I'm like, please be a soft spot. Please be a soft spot. So because Laura Lee Eagles is known for doing soft spots. So I'm going back to her pictures from like way back, like before I even painted her the first time. And that spot was there. And I was like, oh, hallelujah. She's okay. I was really freaking out last night. I was going to message you, but then I saw she was okay. So I was like, I'll just tell her on the live. But no damage was done. But because she sold out. So I was freaking out. I was freaking out so bad. Thank you. Aren't they cute? Zazar? That's a cool name. Zazar. But don't worry. She's A-okay. You saw her on video. She's A-okay. I was like, scared the crap. Because Toby keeps, I don't know how his freaking blanket keeps coming off his bed. And I tripped over it. But did you hear that she's okay? No damage, no marks, no nothing. I don't know how. Maybe an angel was caught her head and I just didn't notice. That's one reason why I like working upstairs, because I'm like, your head couldn't have fallen on the dog bed. Really? Because it was right beside the dog bed that it happened. Because my recliner is right in front of the dog bed. Okay, because you were a little quiet there, so I was getting scared. Man, my heart was, I almost caused myself heart palpitations last night. I was like, no. Okay, I've been through enough with you guys. No. Because Max wouldn't even paint. He kept fading and changing color, and because there was something in his vinyl that was flashing off the red, even the golden fluid red, and I was like, oh my God. And I didn't have primer, but I was told that you could use, if you do 2 layers of it, you can use the Deco Art soft touch vinyl. You could use that as a primer on air dry. So I tried that and it actually worked. I couldn't believe it that it worked. And then he started painting and he was holding color. And so that's why for now on I use primer. So I do have air dry primer for the babies that are going to be done. Well, the ones that I'm doing this, I still will need some from Kai for Maddie because she's really big. But for now on, I'm definitely using primer. Yep. It's just better to have that barrier in between the vinyl and the color. So that if there is anything in the vinyl that's causing the red to flash off, then you won't have to worry about it if you have primer. And the primer actually grabs the paint better too. That's another good thing for primer, because it grabs onto the paint. Yeah. Well, Ivy is also bouncy, so you better watch out for her. She does these quick moves and you don't even know it's coming. She's one of those kids. I used to be a nanny of one of those kids. No, don't put the paint there. It's going to tip. I used to be a nanny of a kid like that. I've been head-butted enough times. I just got to watch my footing when I go over there. That's all. So I do have like vertigo. I do have it, not at a high level, but I have it where it has been affecting my balance. Because fluid causes pressure in my ears, which causes pressure in the head, and then it kind of makes my balance off. But I always had balance issues, my mom said. When I was a kid, I remember actually going. My mom used to take me to, we had a hospital out here that had all kinds of stuff back then. They don't have this now. But they had an area where they work with children with balance issues. And I had to go there a lot for like hearing tests and other sorts of things every so often. But you know what? I would actually be kind of excited when we went, because my mom would take me out to Wendy's and for lunch and stuff like that. So, and it was just me and mommy, because I wasn't in school yet. So, and then when I started school, I got to leave school to go. It was, I don't remember how often it was, because I was a kid. I didn't focus on timing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've always had these issues since I was very young. And they figured it out that it was due to the inner ear from fluid. So why did I paint that? I have to paint her hand. See what I mean? I'm doing weird things. I like her little closed fist, and they're cute. But yeah, I've had these problems as long as I have a memory. And I asked my mom, I said, how long have I had these problems for? And she said, since you were a baby, pretty much. You were always sick with ear infections. And so this has been something I've had my whole life. You think you get used to it, right? No. But I've learned to work with it. I've learned what works for me and what doesn't. Like, you learn things along the way. I've learned jaw exercises that push the fluid around, so it's not blocking so much. So, but everyone's like, put your head, like, there's exercises for the brain vertigo, where if you put your head downwards and then turn your head around, it helps. It does not help me, because it causes the fluid to rush down, and then when I put my head back up, the fluid rushes back the other way, and the pain is like horrible. It's horrible. So that's why I tell people I can't do that. But this, a lot of people think they're doctors, so What one person can do, not everybody can do that because there's different conditions, right? Different reasons for it. So unless you're a doctor, you can give them advice and say you can look into it, ask your doctor about it, but yeah, that was so painful. When I did it, I was crying. Felt like I was being jabbed in the ear with in the eardrum with something over and over until all the fluid got back down. Can you show face? Oh, well, she's almost dry, so this is the one I'm working on right now. This is Oaklynn. She's from Bountiful Baby. She'll go up for sale when she's done. Oh, I forgot this area here. It's a good thing I usually double check that. For some reason I didn't. Okay, I think there's a little too much yellow over here. All right, let's see the difference. My poor Gemma is buried in body parts. I'm not even joking. Like, I'll show you. I'll show you. Gemma, what's going on over there? She's like, I'm leaving my eyes closed. I don't want to see the parts all over me. I'm like, well, how the heck do you think you were created? It's just because my dogs are in my crib. And I've been placing them in there because I don't have enough holders out here yet. Because I can't take them down yet because of my arm. And I don't trust my sister to. See? One layer, and look at the difference already. And then when I do the blue, it'll bring it all together. But you know what I want to try with my future babies? I want to try not doing washes at all. Because I find with heat set, it's really not necessary. Until later on, like if you need to add more coloring, because I do texturing. So it just depends what skin tone you want and all that kind of stuff. Then you could, so what I want to do first is I'm going to start doing creasing first and veining and then modeling. I want to try that and see how that goes on the next heat set. So I got one open here. I can put her arm up here. So I took, because Quimby's not up here right now. Okay. And I'll have to make sure that I paint the right legs. Okay, so Quimby is on her lap, so I know not to touch those ones. Okay. I did a lot of, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I did all this creasing under Tink's feet last night. All the lines, I did them. I'm going to have to do it again because it takes more than one layer. Especially with Liquid Thin, because Liquid Thin lightens it up a bit. So, hey, did you guys hear that Trump closed down the White House because he's having a tantrum? He doesn't want to sign the bill to release the Epstein files, so he's hiding. And none of the workers are allowed. He's not letting the reporters in. He's not. And I'm like, what did you do that you're trying to cover up so bad? He must have done something pretty bad. And you know what I was starting to think last night? I was starting to wonder, did he become president all to cover this up? Is that why he wanted to be president in the first place? And why he was so desperate to get in? I'm starting to wonder about that. So he could try and do everything in his power to hide it. I think what he's doing is he's buying time because he wants to do an investigation against the Democrats. So he thinks that if he does that, they'll have to hold the files because of an open investigation. But last night, someone who works in the legal world of politics said that they can't withhold all the files. They can only hold the ones that are in relation to the Democrats. So the files on him would still be released. Anywhere, like all the other files would still be released. So they can't withhold all them files. Like there's thousands of them. So, but it makes you really wonder, you know, like shutting the White House down. He's like, he literally locked the doors and won't let any of the staff answer any questions or say anything. Mm-hmm. He's such a baby. Worse than a baby, actually. At least babies have feelings. Oh, I'm just so tired of it, you know. And I'm not even American. Boy. But I want to go to a doll show, and he has to be out of the White House for that to happen. Because I ain't going over there. They got freaking rifles at the border on the American side. They're shoving They shoved guns in this van that had children in it. All because he was Latino. I ain't going over there. I know I'm white, but I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm still Canadian, and he hates Canada, so not doing it. Not doing it. No thanks. And I just found out that Bonnie Brown is going to be at the doll show. That would have been an opportunity to meet her. I don't have to go far to meet Laura. She's only a few hours from me. If that. Ooh. But Bonnie's all the way in Australia. Okay, I'm just going to check hers. I think it's a little extra yellow here. And that darn section that sometimes gets not touched. I mean, other than this area here, it looks pretty good. Yeah. She's so cute. She's like a little tink. But bigger than Tink. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. It's like you do their work, you paint their work, or you have one of their dolls for so long, and then you actually get to see that this person really exists. This person who created my baby exists. All right, I got the right leg. I made sure I did. Man, I can really feel the windstorm going on in my head, and it makes me more fatigued. Hate that. I'm probably gonna have to push myself to go out tomorrow. I've been drinking to do the lives at 7 o'clock. I've been drinking green tea. That's how I've been getting through them. Because I'll be like there coloring on my tablet on my break and falling asleep. when I was doing my farming game, I haven't had time to do my farming game. I don't even know when the last time I played it. But I would fall asleep, and when I would wake up, my tractor is like on a building or stuck in a fence or on top of another vehicle. Or if I was plowing, it would be all zigzaggy because I fell asleep. Oh, 4 to 5 hours. Yeah. Because once I sit, I have low blood pressure. Sorry. So once I sit, that pressure falls like more and a little bit more, and when I'm more relaxed, and I just fall asleep. My mother's the same way. It runs in my family. But to be honest with you, it's better for me to have a lower blood pressure than high blood pressure, especially at my weight. But it's not too low where it's like dangerous low. You know, you don't want it too low because that can happen too. And that comes with its own set of health issues. So when I wound up in the hospital, when I had those palpitations, they looked really relieved when I said I had low blood pressure. Okay, we could put the paddles away. It's so creepy when they bring those paddles in your room just to be on the safe side. Oh, well, you think my heart's gonna stop? But they also, they don't only use paddles on like a, they will use them on a lower shock to get your heart back into a normal rhythm. So they're not only to wake up the dead, so to speak. See what I've learned from Grey's Anatomy and ER. Well, ER wasn't as um not as authentic in the medical um community as Grey's Anatomy is. Like my friend who went to nursing school, she's a nurse now, and she told me that a lot of the things that ER said wasn't accurate, but Grey's Anatomy has been completely accurate. I wouldn't have known. Sounds like hospital talk, so I would start to believe it. But I've also watched a lot of, you know, real life hospital documentaries of the, like, what's it called? A&E, which is, A&E is a hospital in the UK. Preferably the one I was watching was in London, UK. And it's their emergency room. And they have cameras built all over, like on the ceiling, on the sides. And the patients there have to sign a waiver if they want if they don't want to be filmed or not. And if the patient doesn't want to be filmed, then they don't turn the cameras on. But, or they'll turn them off or whatever. So that one is like the highest realistic you're going to get because it's in an actual hospital. But and they also have microphones. They connect microphones. Ask people if they would mind wearing a microphone while they're waiting in the ER. But they'll usually ask people that look like they're gonna, you know, bring attention to the show. And then the doctors talk about their their family life and then what's like being the doctor and stuff like that. And residents go on there and talk about stuff too. So I've seen all the episodes. I ran out of episodes. I really enjoy the medical stuff. I personally, though, couldn't work in a medical field because of my OCD. That would be a big problem. Because you have to actually touch the patients. And if they're sick, you're not going to want to. So. There we go. So, can you guys hear the music that's playing? I mean, I can hear it, but it's not in this room. That's why I'm wondering if you can hear it. It's Instrumental Christmas. It's playing on my Alexa upstairs. All right, one more leg to go. And I've been working like from the time I get up, basically until the time I go to bed, and I get a break here and there, but that's why I'm so exhausted, but I'm trying to get these babies done. Oh, you can hear it? Okay, good. So now I don't have to look for stuff on YouTube to play. I prefer to leave my TV off during baking time because the TV is a high-powered appliance, and so is the oven. And with running the extension cord, it's safer. Nothing else is running in this room except for my tripod light. And that's it. That's it. That's on this side of the room anyway. My ceiling lights are connected to another fuse. So I have a Sensi running on the other side of this room, but that's on a different fuse. So I decided to educate myself on the safest way of running a new wave oven on an extension cord, and they just said, if you have to do it, just make sure there's no other major appliances running at the same time. So, and my TV is hooked up to a fuse bar. The ovens are too strong for my fuse bars. You need a pretty expensive one that's way higher in power. There's this bar my brother told me about, but it's like $45. I'm like, oh my God. It almost hit, but it didn't because my hand hit it. But because it's on a flat surface, it didn't go over. I got lots of yellow. It's the thinner I worry about. So this one, see, all the babies I started in the spring. they're all heading into details. So Pickle's already there, but I'm also working on areas where there was obviously some sticking issue. And Primrose stippling is a detail, so she's in detail. Um, who am I forgetting? Duran's in detail, and she'll be in detail after she's baked. She just needs one more layer of texturing, and then I start detail. So stippling is a detail. It's not part of my regular layering. Um, yep, this one here. Yeah, I would have got them done much faster had I known that I could have just used the Exodus and did the texturing and the what do you call it? The texturing and modeling together without having to do one layer at a time. That one layer at a time really set me back. And it was hard for me because I wasn't used to that. Because when I do my modeling in air dry, I do it. You guys will see how much faster I am at air dry. You'll see. I made Twyla. I painted Twyla in a month. The one I sold to Kai. I had her done in a month. And she's a beaut. Just check some of these creases here. So when I'm done here, I'm going to bake Laura since I did put her in. But I don't know how people go near their ovens without a mask. And it's so stinky. Stinks. But only when you go up to it, it stinks. Oh, that's probably because they're not in there. They don't preheat. Yeah, you wouldn't if you don't preheat. I only smell it when I'm preheating because I usually don't go in there for at least a half an hour when the vinyl's in there. But the oven is still stinking because it has the vinyl chlorine on the towels from the before bakes. But it's not as strong as if the kit was in there. Okay, so Oaklynn is done. I love her, turn this off. I love the detailing. She's been painting really nicely, actually. Bountiful Babies kits are made to be painted with heat set. So the Bountiful Babies take to heat set the best. Because the kits are made for it. They told me that. Because I asked them, will air dry work on your... Because when they changed factories during COVID, people were saying how the paint wasn't sticking and all that. So then when I was ordering June and those other kits that I ordered, I asked them, will your kits work with air dry? And they said, well, our kits are designed for heat set, but I'm sure there are air dry artists that buy them. So that's what they told me. These next couple of days are going to be crazy, crazy, crazy. But you know what? That's another reason why I've been working a lot this week, is because I know I have to go out tomorrow. And I probably will come on tomorrow at 7, but I don't want to promise you that. I don't want you to book your time around it. 'Cause I can't guarantee if I will or not. It all depends how I feel when I get back. Because probably not, because well, it depends how long I'm on my scooter though. Because if I get home in time where I can have like at least a break, my recliner is the most comfortable for my slip disc. So when I'm sitting straight up on my scooter and it's bouncing, it causes aggravation. So when I go from there to here, I get back spasms. But if I go from the scooter to the recliner, I can feel it less tight. I feel like it's starting to go down, the inflammation. So that's why if I'm out for a while on my scooter, I don't work the same day. That's the only reason why. Or I would. But it's extremely painful. And I'll screw up. If I get like a spasm while I'm painting, I don't want to screw up my work over it. And I know that Elizabeth knows what I'm talking about. I hope they don't kill my shoulder tomorrow, making me hold it in a certain... You know how they do that? Making you adjust whatever they're taking x-rays of? When they did my ankle, oh man, that was brutal. Because I have a torn sac in my knee, so the way they wanted me to... And then they had me lay flat, and that killed my slip disc. Like, oh my God. Me lying flat doesn't... I can't... Even doing that on my foam bed is hard. Because all your weight, when you're overweight, it pushes down on your spine. And the whole bed is made out of foam. I don't have a box spring. It's all foam. You know it's going to be lots of fun? I got to go through all my banking records for the last year to do receipts. My yearly work receipts. Oh, that's not going to be fun. And I have to do the same thing for not only this business, but my grooming business as well. It's so much work. Pain. You know what I'm going to start doing next year? On my next sale, actually. Not even next year. Well, yeah. Starting in January. I'm going to start getting a book and writing it all down in a book. See all those pieces that are falling on my... They're falling out. And then I got pieces that are hanging over here. Just want to get these pieces that are sticking out. They could put paint where I don't want it. So I'll just cut it where it's neater. These are cheap brushes, though. They're not expensive brushes. But they're not selling them anymore. I checked like $4 Ramas and none of them had them. Bummer. But next year I'll order a new watch. I'll get new wash brushes from Michael's or something. So, I will be back at 7. And I'll finish I'm just gonna finish well, first I want to will I have time to do that? Just trying to think. Yeah, first I'll add those areas on Pickle that I want to do on his head, and then I'll do Primrose's limbs. So that'll be at 7 p.m. New York City time. So I'll see you guys then. Yes, I know exactly what you mean when I badly sprained my shoulder. Oh yeah, that's right. Tough, tough, tough. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for being here.